Hi, YouTube. I hope you're all doing okay. Um, did you hear that our Vice President, Kamala Harris, said when she was young, she said, "Mommy, I hate conservatives." Well, when you're a president or a vice president of a country, you really shouldn't be hating anybody. You should be working for the people and keep your damn mouth shut. But it rubbed me the wrong way because I'm thinking, you don't even know the meaning of the word. So I looked it up for everybody. I've got three different sources. I've got from the Oxford Dictionary, Web Vocabulary, and Webster's Dictionary. There'll be some parts that will repeat itself, which isn't bad because then you can truly get the meaning of everything, and then maybe we'll talk about it. But I just want to read this to you. Okay. Mommy, I hate conservatives. Let's examine what and who she hates. Conservatives definition and meaning dictionary.com. Moderately or purposely low, a conservative estimate, traditional in style or manner, avoiding novelty or showiness, conservative suit, often the initial of a capital letter, um, radical, conservative, conventional, timid, constant, reactionary, or origin of conservative. I thought I'd throw that in. Was 1350 through 1400, late Latin conservatorus, equivalent to the Latin conservatorus, see conservation. Ivis, ivy, replacing Middle English, conservatif, Middle French to Latin, um, conservative from the Oxford language. Adverse, to change or innovation. Oh, adverse to change or innovation, holding traditional values. They were very conservative in their outlook. Similar is traditionalist, traditional, conservative, orthodox, stable, in a political context favoring free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas, often contrasted with liberal. Right wing, traditional, reactionary establishment of the estimate that's purposely low for the sake of caution. The film was not cheap. It was a conservative estimate, or 30,000 was a conservative estimate. Low, cautious, understated, unexaggerated, moderate, reasonable. A person who is averse to change and holds traditional values. He was considered a conservative in his approach to Catholic teaching, as a example. Right winger, rightist, reactionary, die-hard, neoliberal, a person favoring free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas, often contrasted with liberal. Words related to conservatism: traditional, reactionary, right winger, traditionalist, cautious, contracts, controversial, firm, moderate, old fashioned, stable, steady, timid, unadventurous, right, right of center, classicist, die hard, preserver rightus. An objective is disposed to perceive existing conditions, institution, etc., or to restore traditional ones and to limit change. Cautiously moderate or purposely low, a conservative estimate. Okay. Traditional in style of manner, avoiding novelty or showiness, conservative suit, like a conservative suit. Often initial of a capital letter. Adverse to change, innovation, and holding traditional values. They were conservative in their outlook. Similar. Traditionalist. Traditional, controversial, or conventional, orthodox, stable. In a political context, favoring free enterprise, private ownership, socially traditional ideas, often contrasts with liberals. Similar is right wing, traditionalist, traditional, reactionary. Establishment or the estimate is purposely low for the sake of caution. Okay, cautious, understated, unexaggerated, moderate, reasonable. Is a noun, a person who is adverse to change and holds traditional values. He was considered a conservative in his approach to the Catholic teaching. Okay, we read that. A person favoring free enterprise, ownership, socially traditional ideas, often contrasted with liberals. And then I wrote underneath, are we sure she has the education required? I'm pretty sure she doesn't. But I just thought I'd give everybody the deepest explanation of what she hates. So she hates our right to own property and have free enterprise and limiting what institutions can do. And but the one thing about this, although I am conservative, I used to consider myself more a Democrat, and now I'm just independent. I'm not nothing as far as politically minded. I just didn't like the language she used towards people, and I knew it went deeper than what she was expressing. You know, that we had to examine this because when they say that they're against free enterprise, so you can't even start a business if you want. They're against private ownership. They're against socially traditional ideas. And if a conservative is stable, what does that make a liberal? See, I just wanted people to be really aware of the language that she's using. So there's that. So, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm having a pretty good day, not too bad. Got a lot of work done this morning. My exercise is in, and so I might go out and get more wood later. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. And I'm still thinking about baking some bread. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of damp and cold and snowy. Well, it's not snowing right now, but we're supposed to get more. We got a couple inches last night. So, yeah. Anyway. I had people try and twist my words and stuff, and it's like, you know just what I meant. You know, when people do that, they know what you mean, but they take what you say and use it for their own advantage, where they could throw scripture at me. I could throw it right back and say, yeah, well, this is where it says. Um, Different than what a person had said. And I'm not going to say his name because I refuse to give him any credit. And he didn't move along with his YouTube channel because he's a lying asshole. And with similar numbers in gematria than mine. Actually stole my numbers. His mother named him as such, so I guess it's really not his fault. But to recognize that I had actually written in that book first and find my numbers and look up my age and the date and everything in the written manuscripts of that book, not just the online ones where people can type anything they want to type. Yeah, it's a big difference. So I'll just leave it there, and maybe someday he'll realize I have God in my heart and the truth will prevail and we could all be working together for the greater good. But until I see some semblance of that, I will give this person no recognition at all. So, especially what is past, um, you know, I'm going to listen to The Door Ministries. What's his name? Michael Dorr, I do believe, has When Is It Wrong to Forgive? He put up a 12-minute video. He's quite the scholar. You might be interested. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to share. I'm thinking I've listened to some pretty good stuff today. Let's see, I had on Jordan Maxwell has a video that's Be a Man, Start Acting Like an Adult. And I do think I will share that one. I didn't listen to that to demean anybody. I have sons and grandsons that I love, that if I can glean some kind of Christian-based background of psychology for people with behavior problems in society, if I can help them, I'll help them, and that's my way. Because he does talk predominantly to men, you know. So it's just the way things happen to have worked out in his life. He's got a daughter, I think, maybe two of them. I'm not sure, but so like I say, it isn't because that just happened to be the way it worked out. The same with my listening to him. I'm not listening to him because it has anything to do with sex, one way or another, gender, that is. Either or, you know, the stable-minded people know they're either or. You can have compassion for the other gender, but you know that you are not the other gender. Yeah. The stable-minded people that don't need psychological help, you know, that are usually neo-liberal, conservative. The language that they use, even going as far as changing the dictionary with modern terms and stuff to suit their purposes, you know. Wow. Yeah, warfare at its finest. Cheers, everybody. What a bunch of clowns, really. But anyway, Dr. Maxwell isn't an insulting human being. He's really a compassionate person, and you'll never go wrong listening to any of his lectures ever. And the reason I say lecture is because he's a professor and a psychoanalyst, and has God in his heart. So when he does a lecture at a university in front of a bunch of college students, that's why, you know, it would be considered part of the curriculum, I'm sure, for like if they were to get a credit in a class just for attending his lecture or something like that, you know. So, but he's it's just like talking to somebody with more than a half a brain for real. It's yeah, he's a nice guy, a good person. So I did watch something at Leak Project. I don't know if anybody watched last night or this morning. Rex Bear had Space Force former Lieutenant Colonel spills the beans about the power grid and solar flares. And then this morning, or that was this morning, yesterday there was, let me see if I can find it, last night sometime. Okay. Excuse me. Space Force former Lieutenant Colonel speaks out. Matthew, and I forgot his last name. But super, super interesting, even though I'm not